I want to thank all of the People Before Profit activists who stood for election, who campaigned for our candidates, and all those people who voted for us. And we plan to use our increased council representation to fight for working class people across this country. Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil are looking pretty pleased with themselves today. I think you said yourself that you did better in these elections. Pride comes before a fall, Taoiseach. Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael combined had the lowest percentage vote in the history of this state in local elections. The lowest. Your vote share dropped. You didn't have a better election, you had a worse elections. Your parties are deeply unpopular. Still, a general election will focus the minds. If a clear left alternative is on offer, if there's a chance to end the rule of 100 years of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, responsibility for the housing crisis, the health crisis, the lack of action on cost of living, the disgraceful situation facing families with kids with additional needs. I think many people will take that chance. I think a much greater number of people will turn out to do that. We will see. In this election, though, we did see a very cynical attempt by the government to make immigration the central issue, to distract from your failures. Almost every week in the run-up to the election, you had new policies of performative cruelty. I have figures, new figures, to show that the government spent almost €100,000 in clearing tents and erecting fences at the canal, while there are thousands of empty beds in state-provided accommodation. Announcing cuts to payments for Ukrainian women and children, means testing of asylum seekers. It was a trap designed for Sinn Féin, and one that they unfortunately fell right into by welcoming each of these measures and saying they would go any further. The truth is that none of these policies will do anything to address the housing crisis, the health crisis, or the cost of living crisis. That €100,000 would have been much better spent on emergency accommodation for homeless people. But also the truth is that the vast majority of people did not fall for this weapon of mass distraction. The big issues on the doors were the housing crisis, healthcare, investment in facilities in our communities, and so on. And immigration is not the cause of any of those issues. Responsibility lies with the government and an economic system which prioritises profit over people's needs. That poses a challenge now for the left. We need to come together. One, to mobilise on the issue of housing. We need a mass demonstration supported by the trade union movement on housing before the budget, because with this government, housing is going to continue to get worse and worse and worse, because you represent those who profit from the housing crisis, not those who suffer from it. Final thing is there will be a general election. We need a vote left, transfer left. We need a commitment from parties of the left. No coalition with Fianna Fáil or Fine Gael, no scapegoating of asylum seekers, and a commitment to take on those who are benefiting from these crises. And I think then let's allow people to have a choice in the next election. I think if we inspire people with the chance that there's an alternative to Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, I think very many people will take that choice.